In this video, I'll compare ActiveCampaign versus AWeber to help you decide which platform is right for your email marketing needs. I'm Jason, growth specialist at Wildmail, where we help make ActiveCampaign even better for Europe-based businesses. Let's dive in. So first, before we start, just a quick note. We are one of the top resellers of ActiveCampaign in the world. We don't hide that fact. We mentioned it in every one of our videos. But in this video, we just want to help you make an educated decision between ActiveCampaign versus AWeber, and help you pick the platform that's going to help you best overcome the current challenges you're facing, hit the marketing goals that you've set for this year for your business. So with that said, let's dive right into AWeber. First, some pros and just the basic features of AWeber. It's got a pretty basic interface, and it does have a drag and drop email builder. So if I go into the broadcast, you'll see you can choose the drag and drop email builder. And again, pretty basic. You've got your different elements over here that you can drag and drop in. It does have a wide range of integrations and third-party app integrations that are pre-built, or at least shown as available inside the platform. So if I go back to AWeber and go down to integrations, you can see here they show 755 integrations. You can search for the integration that you need. And it does offer basic email marketing and automation. So think like your basic autoresponder or sending out email marketing campaigns. So if I go here into one of their campaigns, you can see it's not really a visual builder like I'll show you in ActiveCampaign. It's kind of this step-by-step, these are your basic actions over here that you can add in. You've got your different triggers, which are pretty simple. Everything, like I said, very basic, pretty easy to use because of how basic it is. I do prefer visual builders, but just to show you, this is how it looks, and you can see this is step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is the automation builder there. And then if we go into ActiveCampaign Pros, some of their main features, you have customizable automations and workflows. So just to show you the automation builder inside ActiveCampaign versus what we just saw. This here is the visual builder, and you can click and drag. You have many different actions, conditions, etc. You can even split test your automations. You've got actions specific to updating the contacts and specific to the sales CRM, which we'll get into a little bit later. And then you have all of the different actions that are available with any of the integrated platforms that you have set up. ActiveCampaign does have a massive list of integrations as well. So everything that you need will be here in apps inside ActiveCampaign to connect. Many of them are pre-built, the integrations. Some of them are deep data integrations that are even pulling in additional data than your typical Zapier integrations or native integrations on other platforms. You get advanced segmentation and tagging capabilities. If I go into the dashboard here, and this is sometimes the main con of ActiveCampaign, by the way, you'll see, if you're used to like a very stripped down and basic email marketing platform like AWeber, MailerLite, MailChimp, they're very simple. They don't have as many features in terms of advanced automation, advanced segmentation. So very basic user interface. Whereas ActiveCampaign, sometimes people feel a bit overwhelmed when they start, but that's easily overcome by the training with ActiveCampaign, which I'll talk a bit more about. We have training ourselves. If you use ActiveCampaign through us, custom onboarding, you'll get free consulting packages as well, depending on your plans. So that helps you to get the value out of the platform faster and cut that learning curve in half. But here, if I go to our advanced search, you can see all of these different conditions. I can sort by whether or not someone has made a purchase, whether or not they have abandoned carts, or have used discount codes. This integrates directly with the e-commerce platforms like Shopify, BigCommerce, WooCommerce. I can check and see if they've opened certain emails or clicked on links. I can check and see, based on behavior on their website, have they visited certain pages or clicked certain links on our site? It's very, very advanced in comparison to AWeber and the triggers and conditions that you can use. And this will allow me to pull up specific contacts here in our main CRM. They're also available inside your automation. So just to go back in here to our automation, I can use these if-else conditions and everything that you just saw, contact details, site and event data, if they visited, etc. All of that can be used to send them down appropriate paths to increase relevancy in your messaging, in your email marketing. And a drag and drop builder. So you saw the drag and drop builder for automations here. It's easy to just drag and create your automations, your workflows. You can automate tasks for your email marketing, for your sales team, for your support team, internally, notify different team members, etc. So it's much more than just email marketing with ActiveCampaign. And it also has a drag and drop builder for the email builder as well, just like AWeber. So you can see here, these are the different elements. I can drag in an additional image, a button, very simple to click in and adjust your emails. So now let's get into the biggest differences between the two platforms. What sets ActiveCampaign apart, in our opinion, from a simple email marketing platform like AWeber? So we'll start with number 3. First off, when you just start out with AWeber, you'll actually be asked to pay for the training. So you can see this here, enroll today for the most complete course in email marketing automation. So you've just signed up for a platform and now they're selling you on the course training. With ActiveCampaign, I can show you these here. ActiveCampaign actually offers free webinars for accelerated onboarding. They're in different time zones, different languages. And then in addition to that, they have sessions around, you can see here, site and data structure, forms and campaigns, automations and integrations. And then they have interactive workshops around automation building, campaign building, CRM building. This is with their success team. So this is the kind of onboarding you'll get with ActiveCampaign through us. We also do custom onboarding. Again, you'll have the support, localized support. We're based in Europe and offering support in multiple languages. We've also got the consulting packages, depending on your plan, to help you get the most out of the platform without paying anything extra in addition to the investment in the platform. Number 2, advanced automation and segmentation. So with ActiveCampaign, they are a category-defining platform, and that category is customer experience automation. So the goal is to have you treat every customer like your most important, no matter how many you have. And they do that with their suite of features in these 4 pillars. You've got orchestration, so uniting all of your data across all of your different channels. You can see the example over here to the right, uniting all of that and being able to use that data in your automations. Then segmentation, we're not going to segment by large lists or groups. AWeber's segmentation is quite simple in that way. We're going to actually segment by individual contacts and their behavior and their engagement, the actions they've taken with our business in order to provide them a more relevant experience with their email marketing. Okay, so we can customize sends based on almost any parameter. To give you an example of that, here in our automation again, this is actually our behavior-based pitching automation. And what I'm about to walk you through here is just not possible with AWeber. So this is lead scoring. We can add points, we can subtract them as well, but typically we're adding points. Whenever a contact engages with our business, they click links in our emails, they visit certain pages on our website, they book a call, etc. And when they hit a certain threshold, we can trigger this automation here. Okay, if you remember in AWeber, their triggers are very, very simple. Like when a tag is applied, when they subscribe to something, and then you have these very basic actions. Inside ActiveCampaign, we're using lead scoring, and this is using their engagement across all of our different channels, pulling it into the platform here in ActiveCampaign, and then we're checking to see which language they speak, because we serve multiple audiences. And then we're firing off with a webhook here, an email, super personalized, very conversational, coming from one of our personal emails, not the business account. And it says something along the lines of, hey, we noticed you're very engaged with us here at wildmail. We'd love to jump on a quick call with you and see if product X might be a good fit for you. Okay, and then they receive that email just at the right time when they've reached this specific lead score and when they're at the highest point of engagement. And we can trigger that 25 minutes later, perfectly timed messages, using data from across the entire customer journey, not just focus on email marketing. Then for advanced segmentation, I showed you some of the data points that are available, but this is how you can use them. If you're sending out, a campaign to your list, you would first select the list that you want to send it to, and then you can see here segment selected lists. These are all the ones that we've created, and they're even smaller groups of contacts within the main list. So we're not just sending out to these, large lists. We're going to create a new segment and add our first conditions in order to target only those contacts that we want to reach. So this can be based on whether or not they've received or opened certain campaigns in the past. Again, I mentioned this can be based on if they've made certain purchases. And if we're integrating with, e-commerce stores, for example, and we're pulling in all of that data from Shopify or BigCommerce or WooCommerce, we can use that to inform our dynamic content as well. So I'll show you what that looks like. So using data from those platforms, I can send out an email, for example, to our list of past buyers. And you'll see this here, 70% off shoes, 70% off skateboards. We're only going to show one of these options in this example, and we're going to do it using conditional content. So this is dynamic content. It's no code. In AWeber, you'll actually have to code the dynamic content. You can see here, it looks like this. You actually have to be able to add in these values using operators and, a bit more complex comparison operators, filters, etc. For ActiveCampaign, you can just use the settings to say, manage conditions and make conditional. And now what we're doing is we're only going to show one of these two messages, and it's going to depend on if their e-commerce category of the last product purchase equals shoes, or in this case equals skateboards. So this would be showing a deep discount for a product category that we know they've already purchased, they've already expressed interest in to the point of buying from us, and showing them a deep discount on maybe something else they had their eye on but they didn't purchase. You can also switch this, and we could say 70% off shoes for those who purchased skateboards in the past, and 70% off skateboards for those who purchased shoes. And now we're able to cross-sell, and you can get creative with this. I mean, we can also do, for example, upsells with lessons for skateboarding. If we know someone has purchased skateboards, we can then upsell them on lessons. So that is conditional content using data that we're pulling in across all the different channels. And not only can we show dynamic content, but we can personalize these emails using all of the different data, all of the different custom fields from ActiveCampaign, from our apps that are connected, e-commerce, etc. All of this can be pulled in. Calendly, if they're booking calls, we can pull in that data so that we're personalizing with more than just hey, name in the email. We're using data from their different interactions with our business across all the different channels, which you can see here, in the 4 pillars of customer experience automation, personalization. Here, replicate the one-to-one personal experiences for every customer. And you can see in their example, they're pulling in data from Eventbrite in this case. And then finally, we've got the pillar of automation, and that ties in with our last biggest difference, which is the sales CRM. Now, the sales CRM is a feature that AWeber just simply doesn't have. And this is really one of the things that sets ActiveCampaign apart from many of the more basic email marketing platforms. ActiveCampaign is going to help you offload not just your email marketing. It's not just to send out, one-off campaigns. It's not just to set up a basic autoresponder. You're going to be able to automate both internal tasks. So you can see this here, adding deals, notifying your sales team, notifying support team, etc. And the goal for this is to break down the walls, break down the barriers between each of your different teams. So sales, marketing, support, break down the barriers that are typically there that cause them to, work separate in silos, and get them united with all of the same data for each contact to provide the best experience for that contact. So that first starts with the contact profile itself. So here's a demo contact for myself, and you have all of their recent activities over here to the right, all of their custom fields and the information they've shared with us. I can see all their Stripe data for payments, tags that have been added, the list they belong to, the automations they've gone through. I can see all of their e-commerce activity. So this will actually show their total revenue, total products purchased, what products they've purchased from us, etc., and whether or not they have abandoned carts. I can see all of their Calendly events. This updates automatically whenever actions are taken on, the Shopify store or in Calendly. If they update their booking, it'll automatically update here in ActiveCampaign. And then we've got deals here, and this is related to the sales CRM pipeline I mentioned. So if I go into deals here, you can see this is our pipeline right now for interested customers. And deals are instances for contacts where they've now reached the point of being a qualified lead. So we're going to create a deal for them in this pipeline. It's drag and drop. You can move them through the different stages, easily create additional stages, and delete them as well. And if I go into one of these demo deals here, you'll see the additional information, the deal value, the deal owner. You can automate everything that you see here in terms of creating new tasks to follow up, adding notes to the deal, updating the deal value, assigning a deal owner to your sales team. All of this can be automated using the automation feature here. And this is what I mentioned earlier with the CRM. Add a deal, update the status, update the stage, add notes to the deals, add tasks to remind sales team members to follow up. All of this can be automated to free up your team to have more time to take care of the stuff that they do best, which is building those relationships, making sure relationships with leads, current customers, none of those fall through the cracks. So that is a massive difference here in ActiveCampaign. The sales CRM pipeline feature, keeping your overall CRM organized and making sure that you're giving each contact the customer experience that they deserve. So just to wrap this up, let's talk about who would choose one platform versus the other. For those businesses that are making decisions based on a very low budget, they have very simple and basic marketing needs, and they really are just focused on email marketing. So sending off, one-off campaigns, basic autoresponders, very basic, automations here with limited actions, limited triggers. You may take a look at AWeber. Okay, this may be a viable solution for you. It's very simple. And then for those businesses that want advanced marketing automation and segmentation capabilities, still without breaking the bank in comparison to some of the other platforms that we've reviewed. For those businesses who are growing or plan to grow, they want a platform that will grow with them. They need to go beyond just basic broadcast messages and simple drip campaigns. They want to provide this kind of experience for their customers as personal as possible. Businesses with a sales team, that's an immediate deciding factor right there. If you have a sales team, you're going to have to integrate with another platform, which means you'll be paying for a different platform anyways if you go with AWeber. Whereas depending on your plan with ActiveCampaign, the sales CRM will be included, built in, and you can have everything synced in one platform. And if you value shorter learning curves and faster time to value without paying for those email marketing mastery courses, you'll get the free onboarding with ActiveCampaign, free onboarding, custom onboarding with ourselves here at wildmail, in order to, again, pull that value out of the platform faster, get you up and going, and get you to the point where you're providing this kind of experience for your customers without feeling overwhelmed by the amount of features that ActiveCampaign provides in order to allow you to do that. So if you have any questions about ActiveCampaign, if you're trying to decide if it's the right platform for you for your email marketing and marketing automation needs, just drop them in the comments below. We'd be happy to answer those for you.